Well, happy holidays, true believers, and welcome to Sports Winal, the couples edition. I have drafted this young lady who I do not know. Your name, ma'am?
Oh, come on.
This is my wife, Angie, who is stepping in and stepping up to help us out this week because we're going to kind of break with our traditional Sports Winal format. This is the biggest meal of the year when you're talking about Thanksgiving. My wife is not a big fan of me making a mess, but she's a big fan of the meal. So it's always fun to do. We don't want to do any risks. So rather than bring you some wines that you may not have tried that we're trying to suggest to you for the very first time, we're going to go by with some old standards and favorites that really pair well with the Thanksgiving meal, which is not an easy meal to pair up because you have all the different side dishes. You have the turkey to account for. Cranberry sauce is a really hard food item on that banquet table to really deal with. So we're going to offer you a range of different options this week that we think that will work with your Thanksgiving table. They're not going to be as affordable as usual, but they're not really actually that pricey as well, and most people like to spend big when you're talking about the holidays. So we're going to talk about some great wines. Now, the first question when we do this, what kind of turkey meat do you like? You like white meat.
I like dark too.
Okay, so I don't even know my wife. She's throwing me for curves right here with this one. Depending upon the type of meal you want and the type of turkey meat you prefer, you have a number of different options. The first question is white or red. What do you prefer there? I'm not a huge white wine drinker, but I will drink white wine when we're doing seafood and on Thanksgiving when we have the opportunity to pair things up. If you like white meat, you generally want something like a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc that has, like with the Chardonnay, is a very buttery quality to it, and we're going to drink the most buttery of all buttery qualities. We're going to talk about the Rombauer here in just a second, which is a very great wine and pairs well with just about anything, and my wife, who is not a huge wine drinker, it's one of her very favorites. If you want something with a little citrus to it, we're going to talk about the Sauvignon Blanc, which is a little drier, has a bit of citrusy pop and a little bit of acid to it, and we've got a great Sauvignon Blanc here at County Market Liquor for under $20. I think it lists for $17.99 in the Whitehaven, which just last year was a participant, or an includee, I should say, on the Wine Spectator Top 100 list. I believe it was somewhere in the range of 50 to 70, but a really great value for under $20. So if you're a Sauvignon Blanc fan, that's a great wine to kind of pair up with your turkey. Both of these wines also hold up well to stuffing because we know how rich that stuffing and gravy can be, or dressing if you prefer, whatever your parlance may be, wines that kind of cut through it all. So if you're looking at a white, those are really great options. Now, if you're a red wine fan on Thanksgiving, things get a little trickier. There are a number of different wines that aren't traditional that kind of jump out. A lot of people immediately rush to Pinot Noir. It's a thinner wine. It has a lot of versatility. It is one of the few red wines that doesn't really clash with the sweetness of like cranberry juice. If you are a Pinot Noir fan, they are very expensive, generally at the high end. But if you're looking for a bargain value, under $10, one of the most popular Pinot Noirs in the world is Mark West. It's not a bad Pinot Noir at all. It's $9.99 on sale here at County Market Liquor today. Great value for that wine. Of course, you can go up to a much higher spectrum of more expensive Pinot Noirs, and there are some very good ones here if you like. So please give that a try if that's your preference. I have some other red wines I prefer. One of them is Beaujolais, which if you can find it out there, and it's a little tougher, it's a French wine. There are a number of different versions of it. By the way, it's probably the most Thanksgiving thing of all that Beaujolais Nouveau comes out in France on the third Thursday of November, which feels very Thanksgiving. But there's also Beaujolais Villages. It kind of delivers the same mouthfeel that you get with Pinot Noir, but there's more to it. That's a really good wine. My favorite wine of all, though, for Thanksgiving is the traditional Zinfandel, which, as a native Sacramento Californian, is the estate wine of our state and something that has grown literally 20 minutes from my parents' house. Angie and I had made the trip out to the El Dorado Hills, Appalachian, and done all of that, and it's really kind of a fun trip to go taste different wines. But the big wine there is Zinfandel, and we have a really nice version of Zinfandel here for $20. It's the Josh Reserve here at County Market Liquor, which, again, you can spend a lot of money on Zinfandel. This is a really good value Zinfandel that delivers as well. And to bring things full circle back to the conversation about white or dark meat, Zin has some spice to it. A really good Zin, a little bit of sweetness, but also some white pepper, which makes it go really well with dark meat or really heavy gravy. So something else to consider as well among your options for red wines. And then we kind of wanted to talk about the aftermath of Thanksgiving, because once you get the tryptophan nap and you get that out of the way and you've watched some football or gone to the Quincy High Thanksgiving tournament, you might just want to have a really great red to cap off the day. And one of my favorite reds, we have both the Cabernet Sauvignon and the proprietary red here at County Market Liquor, is the Smith & Hook. It's just a really nice, versatile wine that you can drink away from food, a good way to cap your Thanksgiving, a good way to take the stress off the relatives and the relations.
We
Which
don't have any of that.
we have no stress in our household. I have the most wonderful mother-in-law and father-in-law in the world. And I'm
Angels
not
on
just
earth.
and I'm not just saying that because she's standing here within punching distance next to me. So a lot of great options here. Again, the first rule of wine, drink what you like. Everything pairs with everything. Be that person. You have the freedom to do so. But if you want to talk about some of the great Thanksgiving pairings, great wines here. And again, Chardonnays here for the buttery fans. I mean, we've talked about the Rombauer. There's Duckhorn. Ramey is one of my very favorite labels anywhere. Under $50, it is a great Chardonnay. Again, it is a wine that wins a ton of awards seemingly year in and year out. So great options for Chardonnay here as well. I think you have survived your first sports wine, my love.
Oh my.
Cheers. A little Rombauer for you, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving, and to you and yours, the best of the holiday season.
She's still good.